Hey guys, Sean Reese, COO of Print Crypto Incorporated, here with a new machine. This is the S21 Pro 234 terahash. We're going to go through a little unboxing video and check out some of the differences. So first thing you'll notice is that the box is bigger. There she is. These new cords, typically set up for 3-phase. They're also single phase. This is a single phase machine. Oh. There she is. It's a beauty. We have some pretty significant changes. It is the same power supply that we see on the S21s. Plugs right there in the front. You're ready to rock and roll. Control board, a lot more compact, slim design. If we look at it head on, typical control boards that you see on the S19 series, there's a lot more headroom here, if you will. The other big impact is on the back. This fan is almost 3/4 of an inch larger than the fan on the S19 or L series. Definitely gonna cause some issues when it comes to backplating these or setting these inside of a container design. Back to the front, pretty typical layout. Ethernet port in the front, reset, IP report, all that good jazz. We'll slide over a 104 here. It's an older 104. We'll set them side by side, so you can get a good comparison. S21 Pro's 8.5 inches, S19J Pro 104, 7 3/4 of an inch larger. Height difference, it's about 1/8 of an inch taller for the new one. That's not going to impede containers much. However, that width will be a problem. The width is not in the power supply. Power supply is same form factor, right at maybe 1/8 of an inch difference with the new power supply, but that's not significant by any means. So the fans on the old model are 4 3/4 inches, and the fans on this new one are 5.5. So there's our 3/4. We also see that fan diameter increased both the width and the height, which is one of the reasons that they took so much headspace out of the control panel, the control board in the top, is to accommodate those larger fans. The other thing that's rather noticeable about these larger fans is the amperage of these fans. They're still 12-volt system. However, if we look in here, 5 amps. That's what we're seeing. Typically on S19 series, let's see, this one here is 1.65. This is an older machine. Sometimes we see 2.7, 3.1. Some of the S19K Pros, we've seen amperages in the low 4s. However, this new model, definitely a fan upgrade. Let's turn it sideways and look at them side by side. I don't know if I mentioned the weight. They are heavy. Length on the 104, 15.5 inches. Pretty standard, and of course we all know that varies whether it's a S19 Pro 110 or it's an L7 or it's a K Pro. This length always changes a little bit. S1990T, those were a monster, but it's typically this region right here in the front because they've changed the length of the hash board inside. However, this one, 17.5 inches. So we've gained a little over 2 inches. Same typical layout. Control board and cover plate sits all the way to the aft, and they've brought the hash boards, extended the hash boards out the front. I do like the design right here in the front where they bring in these fan controls. So you can see they actually modified this cover plate to have this little tab. Gives them a nice rounded feature right there where the wires come in. It's going to keep you from cutting and pinching those wires. There's a rounded feature right here on the older model. However, in the rear, this has been a problem in the past where you pass the fans through, fan wires through. Right here, there have been times where you see pinching, whether this cover is put on or the PSU slid in afterwards, or maybe it's just a PSU repair. You cut and pinch these fan controls. Well, on this series, kind of a dedicated spot there, which is nice. Maybe they've gotten some feedback there or just improved the design, or luck of the draw, not sure. However, it is a nice piece of hardware. Like I said, we don't have the voltage inputs on the outside of this PSU like we typically do on an older model. However, we have taken off the power supply for an S21 200T, verified the voltage input, and then compared that with the model number on the back here. For anybody who's interested, the model of these is an APW 171215A. So people are going to get excited. We've got a couple hundred of these units set to land here with Print Crypto in the next week. And then we have obviously contracts and negotiations for more units out into August, September, and going forward. We are going to move inside, plug this bad boy in, see what it can actually do, what its efficiency is, what kind of hash rate we're seeing, maybe how fast it spools up. Who knows what other kind of sneaky features have changed with the firmware. Got this machine back inside. You can probably hear we have the beautiful sound of making money. I've got this machine hooked up on a single phase power supply, power source. Voltage on this line is 210.6. It is a little under the 240 spec that the PSU calls for. However, typically these machines will run down to 200 volts, no problem. I would suspect that if we see a slightly less efficient joules per terahash, could be possibly related to the fact we are running slightly lower voltage. However, let's take a look at the numbers and see what we've got. So right now we're running 18.13 amps on a 210 volts. Our hash rate is 237.756. So it gives us an efficiency right at 16.1. So I figured I'd take and just data log here a couple of these, make sure that I don't catch a spike or catch something great. 2.1, 240.3, and then now we are, wait for the hash rate to jump a little bit. As you can see, this 234 is really cooking. So that was at 18.09 at 240.49. There we go. We got efficiency 15.9. So we'll do one more here. We've got 18.08 on the amp meter, plant meter, and a hash rate of 239. It just dropped. Let's grab that one. 2.012, and amps are 18.06. 07. Looks like it's coming back up now. As we expect, it was 1806. It just jumped to 1809, and the hash rate pulled up. So even if we come in here and we put 18.08 right now, hash rate 237.608, 16. So that's the efficiency that we're seeing on this machine. We are running, again, 210.6 volts. However, I'll confirm that just to make sure I don't have maybe a low leg or something on the feed. It is a nice, cool environment. It's 70 degrees here in the warehouse, and the machine's running excellent. 70, 68, 67, good as you can expect. We do have good performance on all three hash boards. So with that, I'm pretty pleased. All right, there it is, the new S21 Pro 234 humming away. This is Sean Reese with Print Crypto Inc. See you around at the next conference. Thank you.